Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises to Yahawah, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching scriptures, among other things. And salutations to all Akim across the earth, doing his work in sincerity and the truth. And shalom to the sincere brothers and sisters who are at home watching the videos and try their best to please Yahawah, Ba'asham Yahushai. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a picture from the book Without Sanctuary, and this is a book that I have it already for quite. I don't. Maybe I ordered last year or something. So I was going through that book, and I saw in that book you got a lot of pictures, from postcards and all that, that they used to send, that these Edomites, so-called white people, used to send to each other when they had the lynching going on in their town or village or whatever, And when you see these things that that our people had to go through, the Jacob descendants, that we are the real children of Israel, so-called Negros, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos. And if you see the things that we have to go through, and don't forget, our people still going through a lot of stuff because all these heathens, they all of them, they hate us, all of them, they hate us. They all got something against us. But of course, our number one enemies are the Edomites, so-called white people, and the head tribes of them are the Amalekites, those who live in mainly the majority of them who are living in Israel nowadays, and they also own YouTube. And I in the past I had made clips, showing pictures of horrible things that they used to do to our people, and YouTube always remove it. Also did a video like a while ago, and you had the reaction of a young boy. Let me see if I can find that. There was also a lynching going on, and a boy responded to his mother that I believe the boy was like 9 years old, and he was very happy to see that lynching, but he really wanted to see a man burning, And he literally told the journalist that, and if you see this book, you see this horrible things that they used to do to Jake, hanging a mother and a son, brothers hang together, accused him of rape, and all kinds of bullshit, because shit anyway. Because don't forget, we were in slavery, they had us in slavery, so they already had us scared, and as part of the curses, we had to go to these. And they already had us scared, and then you want to portray like a so-called Negro, so-called black man, a Jacob descendant, would go out and rape a white female. It's also with was it Emmett Till, that female, when she was on a deathbed, then she admitted that she lied about what happened, because she said that he was making move at her, he whistled at her or something like that, and then they immediately lynched him, because those were the things that they used to do, And as you see on this picture, you can see in the left top in the left, you can see the lynching going on, and then of that Jake Will James, and that was in 1909. You can see the text beneath the picture, and in the middle is a picture of the Jacob descendant of the man, and at the right bottom you can see them standing around the ashes of Will James, and if you see if you look at the picture in the right of Salaki in the left corner on the top, you can see there's a lot of people, they climbing on poles to watch the lynch, and they used to enjoy it. And now people, and when you talk about these things or you show pictures about these things, YouTube, who is owned by the Amalekites, the head tribes of Esau, so-called white people. So as soon as you post a picture there of lynching, then they talk about it's setting people to hate. Well, the Mosiah is very clear, man. You're gonna pay for every little thing, every thought that you did against the children of Israel, man. And a matter of fact, there's also this scripture. Let me see. Was it? I believe it's book of Matthew, chapter 12, if I'm correct. I really need to start putting precepts down in my new Bible, because this Bible, more and more pages start to tear up, man. But yeah, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. So, by their words thou shalt be justified, and by their words thou shalt be condemned. So also the things that you have said against our people, and this goes for everybody who, especially if you go against the men of the Lord, man. You're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get it, man. These people gonna get it, man. Payback, it will come, man. Let me see if I can find that story, man. Because that boy, he literally said, like, I saw a man burning, I saw a man being lynched. He was 9 years or 11 years old. I think it was 9 years, and he was very happy. And they used to give people the day off. Schools closed to watch a lynching. And you got this picture, very very famous picture, which is also in this book. And I saw this picture even before I had this book. You see this girl, standing next to a Jake, so-called Negro, hanging, and with a big smile, with a big smile. And that's also why, these old white people, I don't feel sorry for them, because I know in their time, they were able to be more racist without any recompense, without any punishment for their deeds. They were able to get away with it. Nowadays, people get sued now and then. They grab somebody for racism or whatever. But back in the days, they were just they had the liberty to do whatever they feel with our people. I believe it's this one. Yeah, it's this picture. Let me see, because this, I think it was this. No, this is of the man. This is of a burning corpse. It's not this one. Bear with me one moment. I'm just gonna look real quick if I can find it. I already quote basically what what he said. I'm not sure if I can find it. Just look real quick for it, but hey. But it's an let me say, how can I say it? It's a good book to buy. You can get it. I think you also can get it on Amazon. You can check, or bol.com if you're from Holland, Belgium. You can get that book from there. I believe it's this one. It's this one. No, there are many that I saw. I'm like, yeah. No, I don't remember exactly, but this one's also horrible, man. Yeah. Brutal, like yeah. Like the scripture says, and I'm gonna read it in a moment also, and I was speaking with another brother. I posted an article in the group chat concerning this football player Tyreek Hill, and so he used to play for the he's playing for the Dolphins. So he was arrested yesterday, and but yeah, the scriptures are very clear. We are still yet this day in our captivity, as the book of Baruch states, but also this, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary shall deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Because eventually he got arrested. He thought that he got a couple of dollars that he can throw on people, that he could do whatever, was driving a fancy sports car, couldn't see what kind of car it was, and the officer came, because he was driving too fast, so you're already in the wrong, so he was driving too fast, and then I said that the police asked him, basically to show give his license and all that. So they tapped on the window. He was like, yo, why are you knocking on my window so hard, this and that, already big mouthing, like, okay, but you're still in the wrong. And then at a certain point he closed his window, and of course they got angry with him. The police told him like, yo, open your window, and he's like, nah, and then they said like, okay, if you don't gonna comply, we're gonna get you out of your car. And then he was still talking shit, and then they pulled him out of the car and put him on the ground and forced him to sit and all that. And then he was like, yeah, I would say that. Uh, I said that. Then he's like, "Yeah, I was recently operated on my knee and this and that." Then he wanted to start acting like a victim. I'm like, meanwhile, he had all this time to act normal. You're already in the wrong for driving too fast. Yeah. And this is where Romans 13 and 1 kicks in. Of course, Esau got all these rules, all this bullshit going on. But yeah, we are here for punishment. So you have to go to this shit. You have to deal with this. You cannot go against the rules of Esau. He got the speed limit. Okay, that's the rule. He forces you to wear your seat belt. Meanwhile, it's bullshit. You still have to do it. The Mosiah put him in authority. If you're going against Esau's rules, you're going against Yahawah Basham Yahushai. You know. So a lot of there's a lot of bogusness. Be like, yeah, people. Let me see. People want to go against it, but that's what it is, and of course Esau have done horrible things and they're going to pay for it, but yeah, let me just go jump into some scriptures because I cannot really find that saying of that little boy, and I don't remember exactly what lynching it was, but I did a video on it, and and then I read the lyrics, the text of the young boy, and he's of course YouTube removed that video, and I even tried to upload it on the other channel, but they already saw the algorithm, so he should be, he tried to hide it, but don't forget, the angels been watching ever since. So everything is going to be recorded, and so-called white people, the Edomites, eventually after 1,000 years of slavery, and don't get it twisted, all your heathens, everybody's going to go in captivity. You're all going to go in hardcore slavery. But after 1,000 years, everybody gonna get their country back. All the nations, they're gonna get their original country back, but they're gonna be under the children of Israel forever, because this kingdom that's gonna come, the kingdom of Yahawah Basham Yahushai, of the children of Israel, is gonna be forever. So all your heathens gonna be under the children of Israel forever. That's how it's going to be. But your so-called white people, the Edomites, they're gonna be exterminated. That's said the Bible. But yeah, like I said, the Most High had given us laws, statutes, and commandments, but our people did, until this day, our people don't want to keep it, and this is why we are in this situation, and we have been warned for that, So let me see. Let me start with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahawah thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I have commanded thee this day, that Yahawah thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So that would be one of the blessings that we would have gotten if we would have hearkened unto the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yahawah, But of course, our people are stubborn, stiff-necked, and did not want to do it, and that's also why we went into slavery, So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahawah thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And if you look at the curses, it starts from verse 16 till verse 68. Okay, and I'm just gonna pick a few of them. Let me see. Let me jump to verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a nigger, a proverb, spick, wetback, Indian, because that word Indian also means savage, A proverb, you get the song 3 little niggers and this and that or whatever, or 10 little niggers, 10 little Indians and this and that, In Holland, you got a song that they used to sing in kindergarten, Moriaantje, going back to the Moorish people, which are our people also. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee. And all these nations, they got a word for us, like the Turks they call us Arab, you know. You got Akate in certain places of Africa, they call us like that, and that which means slave, you know. Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail, until this day. Oh yeah, let me jump to verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. And if you watch that series, Roots, the original series of Kunta Kinte, at a certain point his daughter helped a slave boy, you know, with a letter so that he was able to cross some borders because she was able to write and read and write. And she helped a slave boy basically to run away from a plantation. And eventually they caught that boy, and of course they lynched him, you know. And she was brought to another plantation, you know. They didn't give shit, and they used to do it for punishment, but they also just do it for fun. Slaves would arrive, a family would arrive on a certain place, you know, and then they would be sold, and they just you know, somebody just bought one would buy a kid, the father goes somewhere else, the mother goes somewhere else, they just separate the family just like that. And now, because a lot of Edomites, you know, a lot of heathens also, they see things are going on, things are changing, you know, because now they want to come with apologies for slavery and this and that and all this bullshit. Want to make things in the known, and you know, want to let people know and whatever, you know. But yeah, we not buying that shit, man. We don't want your fucking excuse, man. Nah, man. Fucking devils, man. Yeah. Nah, man. But yeah, let me just continue with reading. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fleet, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fair countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And don't forget gay debates, you know, all these things that they used to do. Gay debates. Old, you had to work on the field until you were not able to stand on your feet anymore. You know, if you watch that movie of Tula the Revolt, which tells the story of the slave Tula Sebastian Caparta from Curacao, you know, you see in the beginning also Jake, you know, working on the land, and he is sick, you know, coughing, you know, basically, you know, like you're so sick, you know, like they say, sick as a dog, you know, basically had to stay in the bed. That's how sick he was, but he couldn't work hard enough, so the overseer was beating him with the whip, you know, till he fell onto the ground, and another Jake wanted to help him, and he was like, no, get back to work, and they keep beating him, and basically beat him to death, you know. Those are the things that they were used to do, and that was showing the Dutch Edomites, and the Dutch Edomites were the worst of all of them, because on the Curacao you had the French, the Portuguese, the English, you know, the Spaniards, you know, and then and eventually it were the Dutch, and the Dutch were the worst of all of them. The Dutch were the first one who sent a slave ship from the west coast of Africa to America, and they were also the last one that stopped with slavery, you know. And I want the, hey, Willem Alexander, so-called King Willem Alexander. I would like to have him personally as a slave for me, man. Yahawah, man. Make him work. Those soft hands, you know, make those soft hands bleed, man. Yahawah. But yeah, so yeah, man, they've been doing a lot of shit, and these Dutch Edomites, they're special, man. They're special. And I just found out also, there was an article that I posted yesterday about the place where I'm from. You know, already in Amsterdam, you got the cocaine factory, but the place where I'm from, you had the Zwitsal factory. Zwitsal used to make like baby products and all that. And they were doing a lot of, I call that, trafficking with opium and all that, you know. So they were also making drugs over there, man, over here. That's crazy, man. I posted that article yesterday. I'm like, shit, man. Para, man. They also do that in the place where I'm from, you know. But I knew that the factory was there, but recently it just came out. You know, this Dutch man, they're on the level because with the cocaine factory also that they had in Amsterdam, they used to sell to the Germans, to the English, to the Americans. They used to sell cocaine to everybody who was fighting during the First World War. You know, so these Edomites of Holland, they are on another level, man. So like I said, don't forget what they used to do, man. Gay debates, like I said, with the natives, hanging the women upside down, cutting the babies out, dashing them to the stones, all this shit, man. You're gonna pay for everything, man. And that's also, and people want to talk about forgive and forget, man. No, man, the Most High said he will never forget. He will never forget, he that touched the apple of his eye, man. He will never forget, man. You're going to pay for every little drop of blood that you spilled, man. You're going to pay for it, man. All your heathens going to pay for it, man. So let me see. um, Yeah, verse 68. Or let me start verse 67 because that's also, especially, of course, during slavery, but also after slavery, during the segregation, are people still, until this day, are people still living in fear? In America, if you get pulled by a cop, you don't know if you're gonna survive it, because even those who comply, police be like, okay, grab your license, can you go grab your license, and then you reaching for your license, it's in your pocket, and they be like, he's reaching, pa 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 pa, empty a clip, new clip in the gun, pa 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 pa, he's still moving. Yeah, he's moving because every bullet that you shoot, the body moves, of the impact, things like that. Or like recently with that female, and of course, we know the book of Job, nobody perished being innocent. We know that, but these devils don't know it because the hatred goes back all the book to the all the way to Genesis, with Jacob and Esau. But I'm gonna read that in a moment, show you that how deep the hatred is for Esau against Jacob, and Esau being the forefathers of the so-called white people, Actually, the spirit goes back to Cain, but Esau, he's the forefather, because I think a month ago, you had that case with that woman who even she called the police. I believe it's something with a neighbor or something, and two police officer came in her house, and one eventually start shooting her, only for saying, "I'm a curse you in the name of Jesus" or whatever. And she had a pot of hot water on the stove, and she went to turn it off, and she was not even standing next to the police officer, and he's like, "Put that pot down, this and that. Put that pot down. I'm not gonna have you throw hot water at me." And he was like a couple of meters away from that dude, and he just shoot her in the face, and that also shows you that they don't want to make sure that you cannot harm them, because he could also shoot her in the arm or whatever, just to say that wouldn't kill her, or shoot her in the leg or whatever, then she would go to the ground, and then you would have her. But if you shoot somebody in the face, well, the chances of somebody to survive that is very small, But he also had something, his wife had something with her going on, so he rushed to the scene, and it was for him a great chance to basically get vengeance for his wife, But yeah, that's the Mosai. The Mosai, he works with precision, precious. So she just had to go. She was wicked, whether it be in a past life or in this life. She deserved everything that was coming to her. But in the eyes of the carnal people, there was just an innocent female that got murdered. Because that's what it is. Nevertheless, it was Yahawah Ratazah, the Most High will. But nevertheless, still, you still spilled the blood of a child of the Most High, of one of the children of Israel, and you're going to pay for it, man. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. Let me start verse 67. Yeah, like I said, until this day, our people are still living in fear. In the morning thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would Yahweh it were morning, because there's no safety during especially during slavery. There's no safety during the day, during the night. At night, females being raped. Even men being raped, little boys being raped. During the day, you have to work. On an empty stomach, being whipped. Being they lie on you. Oh, you stole something. This, you're hungry. You grab something from the kitchen. You see something. Maybe in the counter or whatever, standing in the window, piece of cake, whatever. You grab a piece of it. Hey, you will get lynched for that. Would Yahweh it were morning for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Yeah, all the horror that being done unto you and unto your people. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. This is talking about the slave ships. By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Yeah, we never saw Israel again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you, meaning nobody shall give you your freedom. No. Only Yahawah is gonna do that through Yahweh Shai when Yahweh Shai is gonna come back, So let me jump to the book of Genesis. And that's chapter 27, and that if you go to 25, it explains you about the birth of Jacob and Esau. Matter of fact, let me just jump to that a little bit, and shows you that there were two nations in the belly, in the belly of Rebecca. There was the forefathers of the 12th tribe of Israel, Jacob, whose name later changed, when he wrestled the angels, his name was changed into Israel. And he's the forefather of the 12 patriarchs, the 12 sons of the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He got 12 sons, and or the 10th son, Joseph, got the other two, and Esau, the forefather of the so-called white people that we know these days, the Edomites. Let me start. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac. Isaac's sons, Abram, begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padam Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, so Rebekah couldn't conceive, And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. So in the belly they were already fighting, And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she went to a seer, to a prophet, basically to find out why she was feeling like that, because it's supposed to be a happy thing for her to be to have children in a belly, in a womb. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb. So the Messiah already made it clear, by the prophet, by the seer, that there were two nations in a womb. And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So the way that we are living nowadays, it was never meant to be like that, this multicultural nonsense. No. Because the Messiah already made it clear in the book of Jeremiah, we shouldn't follow the ways of the heathens. And how do you follow the ways of the heathens? If you're living with them, you start taking over things from them, And that's not meant to be like that, And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. Now you can guess which people are stronger than the other people. It's not for nothing that we went into slavery, that they wanted us to build everything. We went in captivities on all these heathens, man. All these heathens, whether they had us in captivity or until this day, they are still profiting from the fact that we are at the bottom, So And the elder shall serve the younger. And when their days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the wombs, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. So back in the days, they used to dye. They had those hairy garments, and they used to make them red. So Esau came out red, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out. And they don't describe Jacob because Jacob already had color, and back then everybody had color because back then Cain, the Most High put a mark on Cain, and that means he took away his pigment, and Cain was very displeased and afraid because he was like, everybody gonna see me and know that I am the one that done a wicked shit because his pigment was stripped away from him. That's why he went down to Hamite females, try to hide himself, to get some color back. So yeah, Esau came out red, see-through. His skin was see-through. It's not white, so-called white, but it's not white, it's red. It's different shades of red, even onto pink. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heels, showing like he's going to take Esau down. And we reaching that time, and his name was called Jacob. So that was the birth. And then eventually, there was a certain point, Esau was very hungry, came from hunting, and Jacob was making a pottage, and he wanted to eat that. Meanwhile, everything was, the meat was still raw in it, But that's also why Esau, until this day, still like his raw meat, it's in the spirit. So, and so he sold his birthright for some food, And then later, Rebecca told Jacob basically to fool his father Isaac, because Isaac was blind, to take to grab the birthright. And of course, it's by default, by the will of Yahawah, that it would happen, because Jacob's name also means supplanter, and he took the place of Esau. He acted like he was Esau towards his father, and his father thought that he was Esau, even made some finish him of some wild meat, some pottage for him, and Isaac ate it, and he blessed Jacob. And then Esau came and asking for a blessing, and then his father was like, "Oh, your brother has supplanted you. He has took your blessing. I have to check if I got a blessing for you." And Esau was very angry. So let me see. Let me see. The book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing of Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savour meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, "Let my father arise and eat of his son venison, that thy soul may bless me." And Isaac his father said unto him, "Who art thou?" And he said, "I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau." And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, where is he that had taken venison, and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and I have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, "Bless me, even me also, O my father." And he said, "Thy brother came with subtlety, and had taken away thy blessing." And he said, "Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he had taken away my blessing." And he said, "Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?" And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, "Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?" And Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. So yeah, basically then the sword, yeah. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass that shall have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke of thy neck. So Esau have dominion right now, and by the sword, that's why he's always down with his weapon. That's his blessing. But this is the point that I wanted to bring out: why these so-called white people have a hekel, such a hekel Dutch word. Why they despise Jacob descendants like this, And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And that spirit is still in him. That's why the police officers, they always want to kill the Jacob descendants. It's in them. It goes all the way back to Genesis. So and until this day, he's still spilling the blood of the Jacob descendants, whether it be the so-called Indians, the Negroes, the Latinos. He's spilling their blood. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So that already shows you. So this land, and then if you only look at America already, it show you that, that land had to be cleansed by the blood of him that cleansed it. Revelations 13, 9 and 10, Matter of fact, let me jump to that real quick. And that's not only America, I also mentioned what they did, what they used to do on the island of Curacao, all those islands, Haiti, the Caribbean complete, all of America complete, all of Africa complete, all over the world, they be shedding our blood, man. They have been shedding our blood. Let me see. Oh yeah, the book of Revelation. I was like, what was I about to grab? The book of Revelations, chapter 13. Let me see if I can read it in this Bible. Really need to start using my new Bible. Been saying it, but I have to do it. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Now, the majority of people got ears. Some people are deaf, some people don't got ear, but this is talking about understanding. If you got some understanding, understand this. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity, talking about slavery, segregation, everything, until this day, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So, see, this is your future, Esau, you Edomites, you so-called white people. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Yeah, man. We waiting for that day, man. Oh, matter of fact, it reminds me of scripture in the book of Psalms. Let me grab that. In chapter 149. There's a book of Psalms, chapter 149, and verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of Yahawah be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hands, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and the nobles with fetters of iron. So you're gonna be in chains also. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahawah. Yeah, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137. And I'm just gonna start at verse 1. Because it shows you the things that they used to do with us, If you watch that movie, 12 Years a Slave, shows you how Jake be making music for these devils, In Roots, you got Fiddler, Those were the things, they had this harvest parties going on. Jake had to celebrate, meanwhile had to work hard, Psalms chapter 137 verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth. Yeah, like I said, during that harvest feast, Jake be working hard on the land, and then you have to party like you were happy too, hungry with the on the empty stomach. um, and they that wasted us require of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, Jerusalem, and we did forget Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth, if I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. And nowadays, you even be telling Jacob descendants like you're a child of the Most High, we are the chosen people. They be like, what about the white man? If you ever did shit that they did, it didn't even, until this day they're doing shit, man. But slavery, man, it's not like it's hundreds of years ago. People want to be forgiven, forget. Hey, the Most High did not forget. For every blood, every drop of blood that these heathens have spilled, they're going to pay for it, man. Thus said the Bible. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth, if I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Yahawah, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. They were cheering when we were going down. O daughter of Babylon, and it's talking about America, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Just check your history. You're gonna get the same thing, but the only thing is we're not gonna rape your females like that, because of course you got the grab and lay hold law. If you take a female, you have to keep her for the rest of your life. That's how it's supposed to be, not the way that you were doing. One of the brothers posted a clip, and you saw a small clip, and the dude, Edomite looking dude, was talking about things that they used to do to the slaves. How they used to punish the slaves. This shit was horrible, man. Even with the sugar cane, throwing slaves in boiling a sugar cane, things like that, and talking about how they used to rape the females, having guests come over to rape the slave females, the slave women. Those were the things that they used to do for fun. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Yeah, man. And in the beginning, the more and the more you find out about these devils, about all your heathens, the more you're waiting for that day, man. You're waiting for that day, man. This is the book of Jeremiah, of Slaki, the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, and verse 15. For behold, Yahawah will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. This is also talking about the nuclear fire and these laser beams that's going to be shoot off from these chariots, so-called UFOs. For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. Everybody's going to get it. Also the 2/3 and the people who don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah Basham Yahushai, who want to be against, because you're either down with Yahawah Basham Yahushai or you are against it, man. For by fire and by a sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So there you already have it, man. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus said Yahawah, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, because the Most High, don't forget, we are his apple of his eye. he did not enjoy the thing that we went to. And don't forget, these Edomites, they went further. They furthered the affliction. The heathens, man, they love to make us suffer until this day, man. I saw clips of things that even did not even happen that long ago, like the Chinese do in certain countries of Africa, when they have Jake mining for gold, all kind of precious stones or whatever, diamonds and all that. If somebody caught stealing or whatever, or they accuse him of stealing, tie him up, beat him down. Chinese, Moabites doing that shit. Moabites hate Jake also, man. When the C-19 was in China, he had a lot of Nigerians there. They were dragging them out of the houses and beating them and blaming them for the C-19. Meanwhile, you Moabites, you're a bunch of filthy. The Edomites are you're on the same level like the Edomites, man, concerning filthiness, man. Your hygienes. That's why I don't eat your food, man. Fucking filthy. If you still eat the food of the fucking Moabites, man, it's on you, man. If you be eating dog food or cat food or whatever, and then get angry. You should have known, especially these days, man. How many times did they catch these? Even these Jakes on Curacao still want to go to Moab, and they be making this Curacao dishes, and they gonna buy it from them, and then later find out for the grinded meat that they thought it was beef, that it was dog meat. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus said Yahawah, behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Because that's also what the devil thinks. Oh, let us apologize, make a fake apology for slavery, because that's what Mark Kutte did. People fall for that, man. But I already saw it, man. I'm like, yeah, hey, Yahawah, you're not gonna outsmart me. I just saw what the punk did, man. What the devil did, man. He said, yeah, the things that we did back then, we did are things that nowadays is not good. So basically, he said, like, for in that time it was a right way to handle, because like I said, these devils, they have colonials all over the world. They went everywhere, robbing and stealing and raping. These Dutch Edomites, they're on next level, man. They were growing the coke plants in Indonesia because there was a colony of them. And then they had the cocaine factory in Amsterdam when they would make cocaine of it. And then sell it to all those people that were fighting in the First World War. To give it to the soldiers. So they would be less afraid, would have need less sleep and less food, and had more energy to fight the war. And art thou he that shall altogether go on punishment? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, said Yahawah, that Bosra, the capital, is talking about the capital city of Esau, that Bosra shall become a desolation, and it's talking about America to the spirit also, that Bosra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wasted. Waste. Yeah, because America is going to be like a desert, man, for wild animals and foul evil spirits, man. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Let me see. Yeah, basically I can start at verse 1, man. Yeah. Yeah, let me just start at verse 1, man. Yeah, man. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Mount Seir, talking about the Edomites, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahawah the Most High, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know that I am Yahawah. And this also shows you that these people that are in Israel claiming that they are the children of Israel, why are they not protected? Because the Mosiah is very clear. There are many scriptures that he showed that when the children of Israel are going to be in the country, nobody's going to even look foul to them, towards them. Nobody shall even try dare to think an evil thought against them, Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said Yahawah the Most High, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill, it's talking about America is going to be desolate, and I will fill his mountains with a slain man in the hills and in the valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Yeah, take everything for themselves. Let me check something out. Jeremiah. See a precept here. Let me see if it's correct. Let me see. Yeah, there's a book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and this all your heathens going to get it, man. And all thine adversary, every one of them, shall go into captivity. So you're all gonna go, like I said before. And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all they that prey upon thee will I give for prey, man. And the time is at hand, man. You can see it by the things going on, man. That is basically around the corner, man. So this is the book of Obadiah, and verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Like I said, all you're going to get it. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So all your heathen is going to get it. Like I said, you're all going to go in hardcore slavery. Thus said the Bible, man. You're gonna get it. There's a book of Zechariah, chapter 1. It's like, yeah, verse 15. Let me take a sip of water. It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at east, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Yeah, until this day. But make no misunderstanding, man. You're gonna pay for it, man. You will gonna pay for it. This is the book of Baruch. Maybe you're gonna end with that. Let me see what I got here. Yeah, I'm gonna end with this scripture. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and let me see. Yeah, Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. The Most High didn't want to destroy us. That's why we're still here until this day. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto your enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High. Yeah, all these the religions, wood and stone, Islam, Christianity, all this nonsense, Christianity, which was beaten into us on the plantation. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nourished you. For when she saw the wrath of Yahawah coming upon you, she said, Hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion. Yahawah had brought upon me great mourning, for I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of Yahawah. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, just talking about the so-called white people, and of a strange language, who neither reverence old man nor pity child. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. And we looking forward for that day, man. Let me jump to verse 21. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto Yahawah, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahawah will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like I said, the kingdom of Yahawah Basham Yahushai, it's going to be forever, 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 and forever, man. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. I just wanted to go into a little bit, and it would have been better if I would have been able to show some pictures of the horrors that they used to do with our people. But like I said, I think even online you can find pictures about it, but you can check for yourself, and it's very important for us to remember that. And when the day is there, the elect, the Yahushua is gonna, Yahawah Basham Yahushai gonna pour his indignation upon the elect, indignation meaning his righteous anger upon the elect, so that we can do the things to all these heathens, according like how they deserve, So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahawah, Basham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures among other things, and salutations to all your Akim across the earth who doing this work in sincerity and the truth, and shalom to the few sincere sisters. Shalaki, and shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters who are at home watching the videos and do their best to please Yahawah Basham Yahushai. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.